Well, if you could for last pass. Real life.
I don't have last pass.
Oh, that sucks.
It's great. No, really, it's great.
Did you guys visit the Have I Been Pwned website? And if so, have you been pwned?
No, I'm gonna do that right now.
No, I was afraid to like even go there.
No, really, it's great.
It's really great.
Okay, I got it. Let me try to log in now. Cancel.
Right, meow.
Right, meow. I'm gonna go there right, meow.
Right, meow.
Oh, hey! I don't even have to type in the password again. I just said okay.
Yeah, it should have updated for you because I just updated the
I can't.
password.
Thank you, Ethan. You are our only hope.
Yep, best tech guy in the business. Heyo.
Excuse you. How dare you?
Been
It's like I
pwned
tried
in.
fixing. Say what?
Go ahead.
You found another one, or?
Oh, I've been pwned in 13 data breaches.
Yeah, I told you.
Any paste or no?
Yeah,
No pastes.
that's
I
good.
don't know what that means.
So I'll explain all of that, and I'll show y'all my my status for I haven't pwned. I'm just getting that fixed up for us.
One of my data breaches was Chegg. That was like 11 years ago.
Wanilo. I haven't used that in years. Wattpad. Literally 13. One of them's MySpace.
Where the fuck is Firefox?
MySpace would never be hacked. You're spreading lies and slander.
Home Chef.
One of mine is Zanga.
Okay, I need to fix everyone for this scene. Ethan, I'm just gonna move you over here.
Poshmark.
Me too.
All right, Ethan. For this other scene, for I haven't pwned, you're just at the very bottom. Okay. Please
Well,
don't take
that's rude.
offense.
What, am I being pwned?
Yeah, it's the example thing. Don't worry, you'll see it.
Yeah.
Yay! All my items for Heb were in stock. All right. Did you guys have a good Christmas? Ethan, did you have a good Christmas?
It was alright.
Whoa, what was that? NJ just subscribed!
16 months.
Bow, 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 bow.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
What did Santa bring you? Crazy.
Oh, I got an air fryer.
Nice.
How did your chicken turn out?
Oh yeah.
Really good. Like, yeah.
Like
You need
rotisserie
more.
style?
Kinda. It was like a good little mixture between rotisserie and like fried chicken. It was really like everything just fell apart. It was super tender.
Sounds good. Oh shit, I forgot my tea.
What did Santa bring you, Puzzled?
I got a mount to go on the wall, and it holds like all my necklaces and bracelet, and it has a little shelf. It holds all my
Nice.
lanyards that I use for school. I got a coffee cup. It was really cool. I got a dress.
Ooh,
nice.
Some new house slippers.
fancy.
What did Santa bring y'all?
Ladies first.
I got a really cool Star Wars wallet. And it's super big. Peach's mom also got me a fancy purse. Which is really cool. I got a mug that says it's too peoply outside.
Yes.
And I also got a shirt. Ah, damn it, I should have worn my shirt today. It has a T-Rex on it, and he has little grabbers and says, I'm unstoppable now. But now I also need little grabbers.
Yes.
I got a really amazing chef's knife. It was a Japanese brand chef's knife. I got
Nice.
this little noodle to like. It helps with anxiety, especially if I whip it around and it gets real
Yeah.
close to my face, because
Is
that's
it toy?
about to hit me. I got a slinky. Hey, we all appreciate the sound.
Classic.
Yeah. And one thing that I've been enjoying a lot of. Hold on. I got this really badass Nintendo Switch Pro remote with paddles on the back.
We're never gonna beat him now.
It's even cooler because I could change the faceplate to a white one that I have here.
He used mine once, and look, now I guess go copies.
We already had one with paddles, but that one's like really light and really big. This is the exact same size as the Pro remote.
So I actually like organized and cleaned all my systems, so they're all plugged in and they all
Nice.
are hooked up right now.
That's badass.
That's awesome. So now
Well,
you can
except
play
for
whatever
one.
you want.
Yeah, except for one. I didn't hook up the Sega Genesis just because I don't have any other Segas, so it would mess up the flow. But I understand about it.
I mean, that should be fine, right? Oh, whoops. Alright, I am ready to start when y'all are.
Let's
Just
do
waiting
this.
on you.
Alright, here we go. Excuse me.
The topics we discuss are many,
No story too bold to talk about.
strictly our own opinions.
But they are opinions from people like you.
Welcome to the Naked Podcast.
And go.
What's the order?
Hey, Kiwi Head, if you're listening to this, you suck. It's Ethan.
Look what our kiddo drew. We got him a coloring book to draw, a drawing book to draw manga and anime. He's getting fucking good. It's your DM Tech Alan.
I feel like I live across the pond after how much tea I've been drinking lately. It's your girl NJ.
There's no better time to wear your clearance Christmas Nasha shirt than after Christmas. Hi guys, it's Keelan.
You did get that on clearance.
That's what I said. Your Christmas clearance NASA shirt.
Yeah.
He's
That's
not
the best
ahead,
thing.
okay?
Right. Almost like the best thing to do when you go to touristy places like that is you first go to their clearance because they're gonna have like all of the out of season stuff, and you're like, this will be perfect for when it gets to in season.
Yeah.
NJ, you gotta get Peach to take you over to that place by y'all's HEB where they do vitamin injections.
They
And
do.
they'll give you a vitamin IV.
What?
You kidding me? Really?
Where is this?
It's
Well-
right there next to the credit human by the liquor store and all that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll totally do that because I feel like I need it.
I think it's like $100 and they just give you like an IV with vitamin C, vitamin A, or D.
Look,
Fuck me up with
look.
vitamins.
Pretty much, right?
vitamins, I'm down for. $100 per vitamin. That's 2 thumbs down.
Nah, IVs are expensive, man.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Yeah, tell me about it. My medical bills are starting to roll in.
No.
Honestly, at this point, like, just
I think
Mhm.
I was gonna say my surgery was like $40,000, and they negotiated it down to like $19,000 that the insurance paid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's the point? You're just gonna negotiate 50% off.
I guess you just have to cover your deductibles.
Yeah.
Do you have
So
a high or
I-
low?
it's pretty low. So 500 was my like copay deductible, but then the co-insurance was $3,000, so that's what I'm pretty much looking at to pay totally, which is not bad.
What's your max out of pocket? I mean,
$3,000?
that's not
I
terrible
want
at
to
all.
say, yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it could be $40,000. So
Hell yeah, right?
Get a whole new car without the car.
Jesus.
Can't even afford a $40,000 car.
I know. I've been trying to convince her she needs a Tesla.
It's $100,000 car.
My dad's been asking me when I'm gonna get my Tesla. I told him soon.
It's like we gotta at least get an electric car if we're gonna have solar panels on the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
what's the use?
Yeah.
And then there'll be one song on repeat in that car at all times.
Hey, Alexa.
Whip a Tesla.
No, not you, Alexa.
How many bitches fit in that Tesla? Well, you guys are never gonna believe what happened over the last week.
Aliens arrived.
No.
I would believe that.
A ton of passwords were dumped onto haveibeenpwned.com. And honestly, it's looking a little tough lately. So for those who don't know, I Have Been Pwned is owned by a Microsoft executive director. I don't remember his name immediately off my hands, but I know his first name is Troy. He developed a website called Have I Been Pwned, where it literally grabs your email address and searches across different databases that it has to see exactly how many times your password and your email have been dumped on the internet. And I'm willing to go through it today with y'all, if y'all wouldn't mind.
I can say I was surprised that I only had one, and it was from 2017, so I know that password's like not
Long
even
gone.
Yeah, long gone.
Yeah, no, that, like, I change passwords so regularly, and now that I have LastPass, I don't even have to worry about it anymore. I just have like 6 memorized.
LastPass tells you, "Hey, it's time to change your password." Okay.
Okay. Press the button.
But I mean, yeah. Well, my emails associated with my LastPass, I had no issues. It was my Gmails that had issues.
Not yet, dude. I have issues with my Gmails too. Like, let me show y'all what I got going on here, okay? So for those watching the stream, you won't be able to see my complete... Oh, you kind of can. It doesn't matter. I'll move that up real quick. I'll add some blurring effect post-editing. But I'll explain to you exactly what the site does. Type in your password at the very top. It gives you your data breaches and your pastes. So, biggest thing to worry about is your pastes. That means that an unencrypted version of a password is out there and they can use it and they know it's tied to your account. So if you have any pastes, that looks way worse than having multiple data breaches. Like Puzzle has 13, I have 12. NJ had 12 too?
15.
15. There you go.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
And like, if you scroll down, it tells you where all those data breaches came from. Like, does anyone remember the Apple data breach? Oh, the Adobe data breach?
How did we get off these lists?
You don't. Once the data has been breached, it's been breached. It's out there. The only thing you can do...
passwords.
Yeah, just change your passwords. If a password they were using there is now out in the internet, salted or hashed, which means encrypted, then you don't really have to worry about it all that much. But if someone does figure out what that password is, then you're in trouble. Like Last.fm, Park Mobile, Tumblr, Zynga. Shit, dude. Some of these things I don't even use anymore.
Right. Dude, you got the Under Armour one too? I had that one.
Yeah. It's MyFitnessPal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's like Pokemon cards. Like, oh, you have that one? I do too.
Right?
Hey, that's when Peach used to look at a lot of porn on Tumblr.
We didn't look at a lot of porn on Tumblr.
right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I bet you anything crazy had like 4 different Tumblr accounts associated to his one account
Well,
with
no,
porn.
no.
Different types
I
of porn,
totally-
right?
No, I keep it analog, bro. Analog.
Oh, he's about to pull out his collection.
We should have.
It's really funny because I
I
was
like how you
cleaning
can
up
still hear him.
and I found this from 2009.
Is that Hustlers?
No, it's a wing place.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah, Wing House. See, they had chicken wings. There's a place in Dallas, I believe.
Jesus. It's like the
Yeah,
Sports
keep it analog.
Illustrated the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. Yeah, there it is.
It's like collector's item now.
Jeez.
The pages aren't sticky or anything.
I hope not. So going
Tip, always clean up after yourself.
That's a pro life tip from us millennials. No, but going back to Have I Been Pwned, the reason this is a big thing right now is in the past 2 weeks alone, there have been a total of like 3.5 or I don't remember the numbers anymore, like billions of passwords added, whereas 5.5 billion passwords have been added over the last week, and over the weekend, this past weekend alone, 225 million new passwords were added. So it's a big issue. It's becoming a bigger issue, and there are people who are worried about online sovereignty now, because there's this theory that China's been buying and hoarding all this information on people to where they'll be able to make a claim that's saying like, oh, hey, I own all of the internet data for Taiwan. If I own it, and you know, I own the data of their sovereign people, does that mean they're a part of China? It's a really, really weird thought process. It kind of makes sense, but at the same time, just because you own the data of people doesn't mean that you own the sovereignty of that country.
Well, again, right? So as Americans, we believe that the citizens own the government don't own the citizens. So that should be against our core beliefs in the first place, just that thought process. And then two, this, like, are we slaves to Google then? Does Google own us? Because, I mean, we know people in the NSA, and what does he say all the time?
The NSA doesn't
Google
care
knows-
about you.
NSA doesn't give a crap about people. Google already has all it, and they can just ask Google for it. So,
Yeah. When Peach was telling me about that, I was like, this just sounds made up. Like,
It really does.
that just sounds like slavery with extra steps, okay? Straight up.
I mean, right? It's not wrong, but it is a little concerning that a ton of passwords have been added to Have I Been Pwned, because one, that they're still being tied to accounts, and a lot of these aren't just clear cut passwords. They're encrypted passwords, meaning that someone hasn't cracked them yet. And it's not even including all of the other breaches that happened in 2020 and in 2021, which were, by far, the biggest years for data breaches so far in our entire history.
it makes me so concerned because everything we do is online now. We check in for the doctor, it's online. We register for school, it's online. Like you put a job application, it's online. But how secure are these websites and, you know, the information that's stored? Like, I know we should have been thinking about that before, but now I'm thinking about it extra hard.
Yeah.
It kind of just makes you want to create a new email and start all over.
I thought about that.
I'm not associated with that life anymore.
I did that at the beginning of this year. I completely I switched to an Outlook instead of a Gmail just because I didn't want to be part of the Google machine anymore.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing that. Like, I already have a lot of stuff tied to
I can tell you,
Microsoft services.
I went to the website you sent us. and I typed in my Outlook email that's tied with my LastPass, I had nothing. Nothing came up at all.
That's good.
Both of my Gmails both had hits. One was 4, one was a 1. And it was just like, yeah, that's why I switched over. I pay for the premium password manager so I don't have to worry about nothing. And I just started a new email, and I only transferred over what I wanted from the last email.
Do you still have the last email to use for other services as a dummy email?
Yeah, that's my spam. Like, you know, if you're gonna sign up for, I don't know, so Etsy spams the shit out of you, right? So, you know, sign up for Etsy. Okay, I use this one. Sign up for, you know, CPS to pay a bill. Okay, I use this one.
Sounds like a
But
good
think
system.
about it. I mean, like, do y'all have an email for your house yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
had one since we moved in together.
Cool.
It's super stupid long though. We should probably change it.
Probably the time now to start switching over to Outlook.
It is a Gmail.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think Google gives away the information. They're like, oh no, we were hacked. But they really sold it.
Like,
you know they did.
At what point will we start holding corporations responsible for the data that we collect over them? Like, have I been pwned in a realistic society where corporations actually take care of the data they're collecting on us? Have I been pwned shouldn't exist. They don't care about our data. The only thing they care about is their profits.
Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right.
That's why I don't trust regular corporations with data. That's why I don't provide a full-blown account for what they're asking for. I just give them what they need and that's it. I don't send diagnostic data to any corporations like either Microsoft or Apple or Samsung. I haven't even signed the new terms of services for my phone yet.
Yeah, but also all in those terms of service, they say if you continue using the product, you automatically agree.
Yeah.
So, like, even if you don't sign it on your phone, but you keep using your phone, you have so many days and then you automatically agree.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the movie? It's on HBO and it's on Disney. It's called Ron Gone Wrong. It's about this little boy. He's in this world where they have something called little bee bots, and it's like a cell phone, but they're little personal robots, and they know everything about you. And it's basically a cell phone, but in a robot form. And he gets one that's like defective. And the big bad in this is like this Mark Zuckerberg and Steve Jobs like hybrid, where he's like, I don't care like about the bee bots. Like, it's not about the bee bots. It's about the ads that we push to these bee bots. And I'm like, this isn't even like a far reach. Like, this is Facebook.
Yeah.
Like in real time. It's a really cute movie though. You guys should watch it. I think you would like it.
I mean, our data privacy and internet privacy is a serious conversation, but our current government can't handle the conversation. I mean, you know, you walk up to our parents or our grandparents, which are the age of our average representative or senator, and, you know, you try to talk about this stuff and they'll have no idea. I mean, just think about it. Our current president's what, 82? 81?
I thought he was in the 70s. Which, honestly...
Okay, let's say 80, right? So... But do you really think he understands blockchain or crypto or, you know?
Nah.
He probably doesn't even use Google. He probably uses Ask Jeeves still.
He doesn't use Ask Jeeves. He dials 411.
Yeah, right? Oh, movie phone. He calls movie phone. Have you ever... any of y'all ever used movie phone?
Is that for movie times?
Yeah, so it was a phone number you used to be able to call, and then it would, like, give descriptions of the movies.
Oh, I remember that from when I was, like, young.
Yeah, like, you could call it and say, now playing Blade Trinity. Blade is a vampire doing this, blah, blah, blah. And then it would just, like, go on and on.
I never used it.
I think my sister used to use it, but we also, when I was like really young, we used to look at the newspaper to see what times were movies, and we would go at them all. Also,
Yeah,
Biden
I
is
mean-
79 years old.
79. Yeah, so it's such an important topic, and a lot of people get scared off because most people don't understand it. So right now they're automatically like, we need to repeal Section 230, which I think that's a good start point. And looking at how things are progressing, yeah, let's remove some protections from these people and let's let customers start suing over their data being
Yeah.
stolen or used. Something. Let's just start somewhere.
I totally agree.
With all this technology too, like it has to be tough to keep up with like what is out there. It just in general, like we have so many different devices. Like in front of me, I have my phone, I have my iPad, I have an Echo Dot. Like there's like so much in front of you, like all the time, and that's just physical things. But like things that are actually in the internet that you access all the time, it's infinite, honestly.
And I mean, you think about it. Moving forward, do you think that our kids are gonna actually be using the internet as we know it? Do you think their internet's gonna be going through Google services? I don't think so.
I hope not. Oh, hell no. I don't trust any website that allows you to log in using your Facebook account or your Google account. Like, I don't trust it. That's just...
What about Google Classroom? We don't use it very often, and we're more likely to be on Seesaw, but we do have the Google Classroom services available.
You know, my kiddo has the Google Classroom services. At least Google's being held to a higher standard with those, because it's really dangerous once you get into the kid territory. Like our kiddo, he has a Nintendo account. I had to pay Nintendo just to be able to create one in the United States, and under the agreement for that, they agreed to not grab and share any information that they collect on him because it's illegal in the United States. The Child Protection Act or something like that. Child Online Protection Act. I don't remember the actual name of the act. Any payment information is not to be saved to his account. So each time I go to pay for a game on his account as a digital download, we have to put in our credit card number or log into our PayPal account. And then it gets fucking wild from there, because they'll collect and give you exactly how often they're playing a game and what their favorite game is for the month. But other than that, that's it. They don't collect anything else. And with Google, I mean, it's even stricter, because they're a part of these large multi-school infrastructures. And I mean, the Child Protection Act, they're not allowed to collect any information. Just even
know of.
Yeah. Well, if they collect and share any of that information, it is illegal. It's a couple $1,000 fine.
What do you? Google and Facebook would never break the law and illegally sell data.
Yeah,
What are you
Facebook,
talking about?
Facebook, maybe Google. I'm not too sure of, but I mean, it's there. That's enough out of you,
The
Google.
moment Google got rid of their motto, "Do no evil," they became an evil corporation.
Yeah, I agree. I totally fucking agree.
Well, we hopefully will be able to find another planet to leave this one soon.
It's in space. Here we come.
Yeah.
So, have y'all watched Lost in Space at all?
Yeah. Oh, yes. We started watching that one, but we're watching another one called Another Life that is also space oriented, and that one
Yeah.
is wild ride.
It's all over the place. It's amazing.
That's pretty much how Lost in Space gets. But yeah, no. So on Christmas Day, we actually had a very awesome thing, and the Webb Telescope finally launched.
Yay!
It's been 25 years in the making, and
Wow.
Damn.
for the last 25 years, almost a quarter of NASA's budget has gone to building this one telescope.
That they dropped, but it was okay.
Yeah.
They dropped it.
Yeah, we talked about it. We talked about the launch a while back, but it was delayed because it was supposed to launch on the 18th. It was delayed for another reason, but also because they dropped like a really important spot, and it was fine, but they had to run additional tests to make sure everything was okay.
I think it was like a strap that popped and it fell, and they're like, "Wait, I think it's good."
So this thing is a marvel, like an engineering marvel. It's really crazy to think about. So most of the telescopes actually designed and built to be in direct space itself. And also it's an infrared telescope.
Oh.
So compared to the Hubble telescope, the Hubble telescope can get the UV lights and all the other spectrum of light, but the infrared light is very hard for the Hubble telescope to distinguish. So we have a good idea of information about the universe coming from the Hubble telescope. Like we were able to actually get the whole universe map. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that.
No, I've never seen it.
Yeah. So this telescope is actually going to let us pinpoint some of the most ancient stars in our universe and actually deep dive and explore them. And the Webb telescope will not be orbiting the Earth. It's going to be in a special zone that's close enough to the Earth that it won't float away, but far enough away to where it's not technically in orbit of the Earth anymore. It has a lifespan of 10 years. It has enough fuel to propel and maintain itself for 10 years, but after that, unless we get some robots that can go and fix it, it's not really likely to do anything after that. So we got about 10 years. And so it launched on the 25th of December. The estimated flight path is about 6 days. As 6 days, then it will launch from the rocket and actually start separating. In about 6 months, it will be fully set up and in use. So we're at the start of a long process.
I'm
It's
excited.
been what you said. You said 25 years in the making. Like, what's 6 more months? Like, let's go.
Yeah. So that's the crazy thing to think about, right? Like, they've been building this thing for 25 years. It's gonna take 6 months to build itself, and then it's only gonna last 9.5 years.
Damn it! Only 9.5. It's bullshit.
Yeah, we would have to get
Some updates by
then.
then.
Right. We're going to have like an unmanned vehicle or something that can go to refuel it to extend its life longer. But currently there are no plans or nothing in the works to refuel it.
Depends on what we find, right?
Right. So this is what they believe is going to be our best chance to actually find some kind of life out in the galaxy. Because, so we all understand thermal in space. You're muted, Peach, I think.
Yeah, Kiddo came over to show me something.
Oh.
I told him he needed to go.
In space, it's a lot more likely to be cold than hot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a thermal image you would think would help pinpoint things. You could take a large thermal image and then help pinpoint things quicker, and hopefully we can find something out there.
That's so exciting.
I'm excited.
Perfect sweater to wear today, Puzzled.
Hey.
I mean, just the amount of technology and parts that we've designed and built just for this thing is amazing. I don't know. I'm super excited. I just want to see the first picture come back.
Me too.
Right, I want to see.
I was really
Yeah.
bummed to find out that it was going to take 6 months to get the images back. But I'm like, can you imagine? Like, it's going to be working for, I don't know, a couple of months, and then we're going to get those images back, and what will they have? That's amazing.
Find her now.
So everything that went wrong with the Hubble right? So I don't know if y'all remember, but when the Hubble was first launched, it wasn't focused, so they couldn't get good pictures. They actually had to go like install a lens to focus it so they could actually see the pictures. Well, this one has an autofocus.
About time.
Does
So
it
the
have a
Hubble's-
manual focus that we could control as well?
It probably does, but again, the whole thing is designed to pretty much work autonomously.
Yeah.
That's good.
Just worry about if it focuses on the wrong thing.
Yeah, and like the Hubble has a glass lens that we use. Well, this one actually has a gold and beryllium lens that we're using.
Ooh.
Fancy.
So, yeah, really high up there. And yeah, just the amount of technology they had to put into it because so many parts are actually exposed to the like raw space itself. So, like it could get there and this whole thing could just fall apart and not work at all. And then we're going to feel really stupid because it's been like $10 billion to get to this point.
Hopefully not.
But I hope this helps, vitalize NASA a little bit because they're starting to fall to the side.
They really are. Like, space. Like, granted, we need to explore more about our oceans than we do with space. But still, it's important to research. I mean, if I were in power, I would not take money away from that organization. But that's just me.
NASA's
Like
government
Mars.
funded, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
The National Aeronautic Space Administration. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it just seems like the majority of the things government funded are starting to fall by the wayside.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
It's an amazing
yeah.
feat for scientists. No. Like, no, it's an amazing feat, this whole telescope. And I think what NASA's next big project is Mars. That was what, like in 16 years when we went to NASA?
I don't think NASA's gonna win the race to Mars. That just doesn't make sense. Like, they haven't even started yet, right? And
Elon's
Starship
already
is
sitting in
almost
his car.
done. By the time NASA actually starts their trip to Mars, Starship's gonna be in orbit around the Earth.
Well, aren't SpaceX and NASA working closely together to get that going? To at least first build a spaceship to get to Mars?
Yeah, well, so NASA's involved, but no, SpaceX is building Starship on their own.
Okay.
Now, SpaceX does carry a lot of things and shuttle a lot of things for NASA to the International Space Station. And that's when we saw the Dragon go up there and land at the space station. So, but I don't see how NASA can keep up with SpaceX at this point.
Yeah, there's no way. Like, NASA.
I think.
Go ahead.
I just think NASA's way better at the whole slow and steady approach.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Norcla! Miss you, bro!
Ah!
What? Oh,
Thank you for
what?
those 5 gifted subs. Oh wait, I got something for this.
Shout out to Norcla.
Wow.
We miss you, Norcla.
Hope you're doing good. I heard you were like doing some major career moves.
Really?
Last I read, yeah.
So underwater.
The way you look at it is, yeah, it took NASA 25 years to launch this satellite, right? Our telescope.
Mm-hmm.
So NASA's really good at the slow and steady, and then if they have time to do their stuff. And I think space travel has got more into the forefront, and people are like, I'm ready to go to space. So I think that's where SpaceX has the upper hand.
I mean, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Elon Musk successfully privatized space travel. Like, no one else has done this. Not Blue Origin, not the other competitor, I forget their name, Boeing, not Boeing with their
Virgin
side
Galaxy.
project, yeah. Like it's SpaceX that has been at the forefront the entire time, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
Yeah, I'm a big. I think SpaceX privatized it, and I think Blue Origin's gonna monetize it.
That's about right.
Yep.
But legit, go watch Lost in Space. It's a great story about traveling to another galaxy and trying to establish a colony.
Mm-hmm. I've seen the
And-
first couple of episodes. That's great.
Yeah, it hits its stride the second season.
Okay. It was
For
kind of
real?
like, I think we're only had watched like 2 or maybe 3 episodes. It crash landed in the ice, and then the little boy found something in the ice,
The robot.
and then
Yeah.
I can't remember what happened after that. But we've been watching Another Life, which is an alien artifact lands on Earth, and they figure out where it's broadcasting signals to, and it's was it like 6 months away? So with the technology that they had, so they send a crew over to this other planet to try to figure out why they were here, and it's crazy.
It's a
Space
trip
stuff
the
like
entire
makes you
time.
like, whew. Yeah.
Because in reality, that's a complete possibility. We just don't know about it yet.
like
and that's something that this telescope could tell us. Like, we could literally find another civilization just by their heat signatures. You know?
Yeah.
indents, Norkla. So Norkla said the Mars plan of Elon Musk is kind of like the Ascent, where people can't afford to travel to the planet, so they work off their debt as indentured servants.
Depending on what jobs they have for indents, I'm about it.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I don't know. It's like yeah, I want to go to Mars, but hopefully Bitcoin hits $1 million and I can afford it.
No, I want my own spaceship, and I'm gonna name it the Bebop.
The bebop.
The Bebop.
Good.
I don't care, damn it.
Dude, I'm so glad that they canceled that after the first season. It
You
made me
know-
so happy.
You know that there's a petition to uncancel it, and there's another petition to keep it canceled.
What? That's funny.
No, the second they left Ein on the planet and flew away, I was like, I'm done. This is dead to me.
Yeah, they never did that in the show.
Well, yeah, because Ein was a genius in the show.
Well, that telescope is an amazing feat for scientists in science news. But also in science news, we have some not so great news. So a while back, we talked about this scientist. He's a chemist named Charles Lieber. He was the one that was arrested for taking money from China and the U.S. government simultaneously for research. He actually worked at a university in Wuhan as a researcher, and he was part of the 1,000 Talents initiative created by China. So his trial came, and he was convicted. He lied about, what were you gonna say, Peach?
He deserved it.
He deserved it. He lied to the government about participating. He lied about his actually getting money from it. He didn't claim his bank account from China or anything. And basically, when prosecutors were like, "Why didn't you admit to this?" He's just like, "Oh, I should really pay attention to what I'm signing." It's like, no, you know what you're getting into. They gave you like a $50,000 monthly allowance out on top of $150,000 for your research project. And the reason why you have to report it to the government when you're working with other foreign entities, it's not that it's illegal, but it's because it might be a conflict of interest. So the entire scientific community has been watching this trial because a lot of other researchers work specifically with China, and they're wondering what kind of hot water they're gonna end running into. And I think that some of the narrative that his defense tried to spin was just well, why aren't we asking what this program is for instead of why did he lie? Well, why did he feel like he had to lie? That's the problem. So I think that this is going to open up a little bit more of a can because it's not illegal to participate in these recruitment programs, but they still have to disclose what they're working on in case, because the whole America First mentality. Charles himself, like, he's an amazing chemist, and he actually was really close to receiving the Nobel Peace Prize. He created these small little chips that can be inserted into the human body that will help people that that are paralyzed or disabled.
Wow.
And he was super close to that research being completed, but because of this, all that research is being taken away. So I think like his defense was really leaning on top of that. Got it. But yeah, there's a lot going on with this in particular. I wanted to come back to it because we did talk about it. The one thing that I couldn't find was last time we talked about a vial being uncovered in one of the researchers' like briefcases that was traveling to Wuhan, but nothing else has come of it. And I can't even find that original article, which is crazy because it was in the DOJ on the DOJ's website. So I don't know what happened to that evidence.
It's so quickly to see things disappear and they were never there. What are you talking about? You're crazy.
Yeah.
Mandela effect. Ooh.
That's not
No,
the way
we
the
were
Mandela effect works.
I was telling Puzzle about this yesterday. I was like, hey, we were watching Order of the Phoenix and how the Ministry of Magic reacts in that movie is how I feel like our government is reacting right now to whatever is going on.
We're also watching Harry Potter. We just finished.
Everything's fine.
Just gaslight you. It's okay.
Where y'all at?
We just finished Prisoner of Azkaban. I always get so emotional over Sirius. I'm like, it's not fair. It's his only family.
Yeah, we still have the last 3 to do because they're Christmas movies.
I agree. They're Christmas movies.
We had the choice between Die Hard or Harry Potter, and she chose Harry Potter.
Die Hard. Why not Die Hard?
Die Hard all the way.
Why not both?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers.
Yeah, why not both?
Or like in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, yippee-ki-yay, mother buckets. Anyway, just to wrap up this topic, I think that there's going to be a lot of other circles of scientists that we're going to see kind of have charges brought against them and what exactly is being brought against them. So I'll keep you guys posted on that because it is concerning when it's like our scientific community is being like persecuted, but at the same time it's like, well, why are you like, what are you working on exactly, and why were you working with a foreign entity? And I don't know if that's just like me being like a super American and being like America first instead of like research first, but yeah, it's an interesting topic for sure.
Yeah,
but then again, some of the research isn't necessary as we can see, right? Like, was researching COVID viruses a good idea? Now that we can look back,
well, maybe because we got a vaccine out of it super fast. Or the SARS, at least. Anyway,
I agree with you, NJ. Like, yeah, it's kind of hard to not feel like, we should be first. But at the same time, like, why is the government, why is the Chinese government trying to poach scientists from other communities and other countries? If it were really invested in research first, then why try to poach them?
I think that's where the biggest where most of his heat's coming from the situation is that he was receiving grants from the government to do the work, and then he was receiving grants from the Chinese government to do the same work, but he wasn't telling each other government that he had grants from the other one.
Yeah, and so he said in an email, he was just like, I feel like people who don't like me have brought this to the attention of the authorities. So it's like a whole
haters
drama.
Gonna hate.
Yeah, like I'm really a chemist.
50 years ago, he would have been labeled a traitor, like off the bat, no question.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Was it called the Red Panic?
Yeah, if it
Right.
came out like during Snowden's era when he was dropping information, like it was candy, then
I mean, yeah, that's right. We're waiting for Julian Assange to be extradited back to the United States now because Biden's going after him. Because he leaked all the information on Obama. So now they gotta strike while they can.
Interesting. Where to cup? I guess we should just distract ourselves with some Disney movies in the meantime.
I say,
Yeah.
speaking of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, our favorite badass Rosa has found herself in a Disney movie as the lead singer, which go Rosa.
that was her.
It was Rose.
No
Yeah,
fucking
Yeah, she's
way.
Mary
She
Bell.
really through her voice, you could hardly tell. She did a
Yeah.
good
Oh
job
my
at it.
gosh.
Damn.
Well, this isn't the first time we've seen her in a musical. She was also in The Heights, where she did a little bit of singing. She was a bit of a background character, but this time she is full front and center and another Lin-Miranda Manuel masterpiece.
Fucking love that movie.
It was really good.
It was a good movie. I mean, I liked how different it was compared to other things, but we all knew Grandma was going to be the villain, all right?
It's not so much the villain, but like more so of like understanding each other too, like the pressures that your first generation, especially like immigrant parents, they put on their children and their children's children to succeed because of what they have lost. So I think that was like a really good display of that. But I mean, yeah, not a surprise. Also, John Leguizamo as Bruno.
It's
I
perfect.
loved him as Bruno. I was like, who is that? And I'm like, it's John Leguizamo. He's like, no, it's not. And he searches. He's like, it is John Leguizamo.
The only name that was stuck in my head was Edward something, and I know that's because that's one of his most famous roles.
I thought it was what's his nuts from New Girl for a hot minute.
Nick?
Yeah.
Oh, I can see that.
But yeah, no, I think it was, it was an amazing show. The being able to see the new cultures that they're introducing to the public and to mainstream, like that's just a huge win for minorities in general. So hell yeah, guys. And I love seeing all these new stories and what they have out there. And then the character development in the stories. So first, Isabella. She's hilarious.
Perfectionist.
So, okay, and so here's the fun part about that. The perfection that she showed was Abuela's version of perfection, right? Marrying who she thought she should marry, growing the perfect rose of roses. But we don't actually see her happy until she starts growing the imperfect things or the carnivorous things or the poisonous things. As gave me a little bit of Persephone vibes.
Yeah, you're absolutely
I
right.
see that, yeah.
And like everything she does is perfect, but that doesn't mean it's not imperfect. It just doesn't have flaws. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
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 And the pressures. My
Yeah.
favorite character
It's
was
whose
Louisa.
viewpoint is it perfect from, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it shows that perfection's really a viewpoint. Like, if you think it's perfect, then it's perfect to you.
Exactly. Louisa. Yes. Her song was a fucking
so good.
banger.
Yeah.
Oh
it
my
was
God.
a bop. It was a bop. I loved it.
I was jamming out the
Trip,
whole
trip,
fucking
trip,
time.
trip, trip. But I loved it too, and I'm like halfway like tearing up, and I'm like, the strong one in your family. Like, and I felt, I don't know, like not even from like a race standpoint or minority standpoint, but just from a people standpoint. Like we all assume these roles in our, right? Like the perfectionist, the outcast, the the one that has to hold it together for everybody else. Like I love that those were all highlighted in this movie and kind of brought together in the end.
Yeah.
Norcla says that he doesn't like Disney anymore because of what they did for Star Wars. I think a lot of people would agree with you, Norcla.
Totally agree. Yeah.
The High Republic sucks.
Crazy and I are actually talking about this. Just derail for a minute. The post that I showed you about what No Way Home was versus the Force Awakens.
Shit.
You have thoughts on that?
No Way Home broke $1 billion yesterday.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's Sony's highest gross. I mean, I know that's off top, but it's Sony's highest grossing movie, right? So you can see how well received it was during a pandemic versus how Rise of Skywalker ended, right? Like just the box office alone. Rise of Skywalker was posed to be one of the highest grossing movies of all time.
Psych.
Yeah. But what do you, I mean, can you get more detail, Puzzle?
I'm trying to make sure I avoid the words that go into the spoilers. So basically one of the reasons that everybody is loving No Way Home is because it's doing what The Force Awakens was originally supposed to do.
Oh.
But the problem with The Force Awakens and what happened there is Disney introduced this whole new storyline that didn't give you what you wanted, and it forced its way onto a new path.
So yeah, so now I get what you're trying to say. Okay, so what I said to Puzzle on this aspect is that The Force Awakens tried to use nostalgia to sell their new story, and everybody rejected it. Whereas No Way Home uses the nostalgia to wrap up a story and give everybody the ending that they deserved.
Okay. See, I like that for Spider-Man. I'm not sure I like that for Star Wars, because Star Wars has no definitive end, as far as we know.
No.
But, yeah.
So the sequel trilogy, 7, 8, 9, those were to end the Skywalker saga, which was fine. But they don't. They destroy the Skywalker saga. They took everything that was built. I mean, Luke was a joke in that saga. Rey was so overpowered off the bat that it was not even, like, it was not relatable in any way. And Finn was set up to be an amazing character who was going to be a Jedi, and they threw him to the side. It's just, they were so many they were so focused on subverting expectations instead of just feeding us what we wanted and then starting new.
Yeah, I didn't have like a lot of expectations for this Encanto movie, but I'm glad I kind of went into it with no expectations, because I liked it a lot. But I see what you're saying, like, and especially with Disney in particular, like they opted to keep Kathleen Kennedy on for the next 3 years.
That was right when they re-signed her contract. I was done. I knew. We all know Dave Filoni is the only true heir to the Lucas Empire.
Yeah.
Everybody knows this.
Fuck Kathleen Kennedy. Totally forgot about it.
Not Jon Favreau?
No. Dave Filoni sat side by side next to George Lucas and wrote the Clone Wars at Skywalker Ranch. If anybody's going to lead Star Wars in a direction that is relatable to its fans, it's Dave Filoni. And Jon Favreau is smart enough to let Dave Filoni do his thing.
Kind of like how Disney was smart enough to let Lin-Manuel Miranda write all the music for Encanto. Like, I don't think anyone else. Yeah, he wrote all the music. As far as I know.
But you could totally tell his music, right? Like, he always has
a style.
Yeah, his song, like his, even if you like Hamilton, right? Or In the Heights, like the song styles have a certain flow to them. And like, you even know, like, even when they, so let's think about it. So the Bruno songs, right? Where we don't talk about Bruno.
Yeah, we
I
got
can choose Mozos.
it.
So think about it. In the Heights, is there any song that's relatable to that song?
You didn't hear it from me.
Yeah, and then in Hamilton, is there a song related to that?
I
With
haven't
that-
seen Hamilton in a while.
Puzzled can answer that one. She's the only one.
Wait, what was that you didn't hear it from me song?
It was the one where they're talking about how she and the other guy are like dating or something.
In the barber shop.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me something new or tell me something I don't know, something like that.
Because Rosa says, "You didn't hear it from me."
Mm-hmm. No, I don't know if there was one in Hamilton like that. I don't know. I guess I'll have to listen to it.
I guess maybe the closest one that I could think of would be the Duel song, the 10 Duel Commandments.
Yeah.
It's the only one that comes to the top of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he's also in the beautiful position that Disney is afraid to say anything or to try to control his stories, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because name a more influential,
Person of color.
Hispanic
Yeah.
person right now in that space, right? Like he's the go-to guy.
It would have been Selena.
Yeah.
Now, she has her HBO TV show, so Disney wouldn't touch her.
The other Selena.
Wrong Selena.
The original.
The original. I'm not talking about the knockoff. That's not true.
No,
That's
I
just
like
yeah,
Selena.
she's good.
I would
She has
say,
got good
don't
music.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Selena Gomez. But like, Lin-Manuel Miranda, like, I love this story. Especially, I was like, what? Like, where did this come from? And it inspired me to like look up, and I saw that it was a Colombian story, and I was like, I've never seen anything like this before. So I really love the representation.
Yeah.
And the music was just so good too. Like, it's been a hot minute since I've seen a Disney movie or animated movie. It's like, oh my gosh, like these are iconic songs, like, from our golden age and Renaissance age of Disney. And now I'm like, I love the soundtrack, and I actually went and followed it on Spotify.
Did you?
Same thing with The Witcher, by the way.
Right? I told you season 2, Yesgar's soundtrack for season 2 is so much better. But
Yeah.
no, I love the fact that they came out with something new and it was so good. Right? It's like Disney is known for the rinse and repeat things. Like they usually like taking the same story and telling it over and 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 over.
And over.
And then live action it.
Yeah, then live action it. So it was really nice to see them come out with something different, and that was also like the details in this movie were just phenomenal.
I can't wait.
Dude, in Luisa's song when she's like looking over her shoulder, if you look, you can see the hairs on her back. Like they detailed this movie.
Wow.
I wonder if Pixar worked on it.
Oh, they had to have.
Yeah.
It's like the story with Big Hero 6, right? So in like the first 20 minutes, you can actually you can see them breathing, and then after that, it just stops.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they ran out of budget.
Big Hero 6 was a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Underrated, definitely.
And it's a comic series by Marvel.
Oh,
For those who didn't
What
know.
isn't it nowadays?
yeah.
What do you guys got going on for the new year?
That's a great
No.
question.
Everything we've tried to plan keeps falling apart or is way too expensive. So we might just grab a case of beer and go sit on the roof and watch fireworks from afar.
You guys
That
can come to
sounds
our
like a really
place.
nice day.
I'll chop down the
I
trees in
think-
the back.
We can go see if Aunt Patty will let us in my Aunt Patty, she has a deck on top of her house.
Damn.
And you have a
Ooh.
360 view of not only San Antonio, but if you look close enough, you can actually see the steel eel in the distance.
That's pretty
Wow. That'll be perfect for New Year's.
Hey Ethan, how do I get one of those for our house?
You call it contractor, a general contractor, not an electrical contractor.
Damn it.
You call the electrical contractor when you're ready to string lights up there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Deal.
that's like, hey, how do I set up my email?
This year has been like simultaneously the longest year, but also the shortest year. I cannot believe it's about to be 2022.
Right.
So this is
year
our last
flew by.
episode of 2021, huh?
Yeah.
Oh darn, we didn't do our New Year's episode.
Right.
Oh
I
my
didn't even
God.
think about it.
You know what, guys? It's okay. Hold on. I can tell you what we were working on last year, roughly around the same time. I have
We just
here.
to do it around Wednesday.
I have here episode 79. Episode 79. Do you guys want to hear what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Biden's COVID relief plan.
Did y'all hear his announcement today?
No. What was
You
it?
should go look up. It's all over Twitter. You should look up what his announcement was today.
Oh my God.
Ricky Gervais, I think, too, right? For that episode, Peach?
I don't have that on here. Episode 79? No.
No?
What
But
else
you
is
wrote
there?
these down. Forcing $15 minimum wage. That was Ethan's topic. Biden's 100 days and 46 executive orders. The Times article about the election.
Wait, this time last year we're talking about Biden's 100 days?
Oh, wait a minute. No, this is just episode 79. Let me see if I have one. Oh, no, I don't. Hold on.
I believe there's only
Shouldn't it be in our OneDrive?
299 episodes of Naked Pod left.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
What number are we going for again?
So there's 69 episodes in every season,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're gonna cut it off at 420.
Okay, yeah, you're right. We're almost there. I think we're almost at the end of season 2, right?
Then we'll have to bring back Naked Plus.
Are here.
We'll start the website called
Okay.
Naked Plus.
I got it. We talked about NVIDIA, Dubai's princesses,
Oh, that's right.
and 2020's year in review. December 31st, last year.
Okay, I only have episode 75 of my earliest.
It was episode 73.
I have 75 when we had snow in Texas.
Although I do something launched today on Netflix, like we watched last year, Death to 2020, but there's a Death to 2021.
Yes.
So I would like to talk about that next week. Just locking that in now.
Yeah, Puzzled was like, we gotta watch this, and I was like, it's gonna be somebody's topic.
So, real quick question, Ethan. What are we doing this week?
I don't know. I gotta reach out because I know. So Snickerlass is probably gonna be indisposed Wednesday. He should be hunting unless he shoots something early. And Kiwi Head is the wild card. So yeah.
Do you want to play some Halo? Some Halo Infinite?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also,
Like,
I
please.
watched Snickerlass play Icarus, and it was kind of cool.
Oh,
So,
okay.
you land your spaceship, you get out, and you shoot things with a bow and arrow.
Oh, that's
Like-
cool. You go from a spaceship to a bow and arrow.
So look, I actually hung up my arrows right there.
Nice.
Ooh.
Oh man, I was hoping that you would have a shelf soon so that you can proudly display your swole turtle.
Oh, I do. He's on the shelf right there next to my hat. Actually, if you can see him.
Oh, I can kind of see him. Oh, look at him.
I'm working on it. I got after the first of the year, they should be in the stuff I ordered. So I should have
Okay.
a shelf up here.
Nice.
I'm working on it.
If you need some wood like mine, I have some spare pieces that I could sand down for you and stain them real pretty.
I was lazy. I just bought a pre-built one.
It's dying. If it works, it works.
What do you mean lazy? You just like reorganized all your consoles and duct taped your vents, I think.
Yeah, so I ran all new decking, so
That's what it
Damn.
was.
it's so nice though. It's like double the power it had before.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh,
I
well,
also today after work I built a pad outside for the generator, so it's not by my bedroom anymore.
Nice. You put it off and away.
Yes.
By
it's
the
gonna be on
neighbors
the
that you hate,
opposite side of No,
No.
unfortunately they're on the same side of the house as our bedroom.
Those
So
bitches.
I'm putting it on the opposite side so that it but the exhaust will like face into the alley so it won't echo off the buildings.
That's smart.
nice.
Yeah, I know a thing or two about setting generators.
I'm gonna have to ask you to help me understand our breaker box later when we buy ours. But let's run our outro and for us to figure out who we're gonna raid, right?
Yeah.
All right. Here's a schedule for this week. Enjoy our outro.
Well, that wraps
There you
up
go.
another great episode. And don't forget to join our amazing and supportive community on Discord.
In our Discord, you can find game nights, watch parties, food pics, Dungeons and Dragons, and more. What's not to love about that? We have a little something for everyone. Head over to our website, officialmillennials.com, and you'll find more info, especially our featured gamer of the week.
Speaking of something for everyone, we have a book club. We read a book almost every month and talk through it together. We also have a special perk for our subs to discuss other books in a series called Chapter 2.
Don't forget to swing by YouTube and drop us a follow at Official Millennials. You can also find us on Twitter at MillsOfficial. We appreciate all the support, and y'all have a good one.
This is an Official Millennials production.
Bye,
I can't wait
guys.
to-
What?
Bye. So I can't wait to sneak in that little re-recording I made.
Just let me know so I